Caution. The following may contain non-politically correct language. Tongue twister. Non-politically correct language. Viewer discretion is advised.
Well, if you're ready for beautiful, natural-looking, easy-to-apply nails, 3 colored in 7 luscious hues, just...
Our impulses are being redirected. We are living in an artificially induced state of consciousness that resembles sleep.
Oh, goddamn hacker, that second damn knife that asshole's cutting.
The movement was begun 8 months ago by a small group of scientists who discovered, quite by accident, these signals being sent through...
In Honolulu, this is a bunch of nutcases. This is whack jobs. They want to talk about no kings. How about no anarchy? How about that? This is their mostly peaceful no kings, these dumb assholes, always resorting to violence as they say the conservatives are the violent ones, the conservatives are the Nazis, the conservatives are the fascists. No, these sons of bitches are the fascists. And they attack an ICE agent. But, you know, here's the funny part about this. It's part of it feels staged, and if does he not have a taser? They said it's supposed to knock them unconscious. I mean, look at the size of this guy. I mean, come on, man. These are soy boys and soy girls. He doesn't have a gun? If you even got remotely close to that, to one of these fucking New World Order police tyrants, they would give you what for. But for some strange reason, this ICE officer was caught off guard. Okay, let's roll the footage. Right there, should have drew his gun. Should have drew his gun.
ICE is made of water.
Where's your taser?
He's big, ICE.
Yeah, okay. No taser, no gun. He knows that they want to try to start shit with him. I mean, in the normal world, this wouldn't be a thing. If anybody tried this with like actual police officers, they wouldn't get remotely this far. I don't know. It's just fake.
Oh, damn.
He gets up. What does he do? Nothing? Get the hell out of here. You got a gun on you too, idiot. But this is mostly peaceful. Just a friendly reminder, the sun and the moon are local. Not to be confused with the libtards being loco. Clouds behind it, right? Clouds behind it. It's not 93 million miles away. And the moon's not 232,000 miles away, or whatever. It's local. It's close. We live in a closed system. That's it. Mic drop. We live in a closed system. Anyone that still believes in universes and galaxies and shit is a complete mental midget. Could you imagine Could you imagine having been kidnapped by these New World Order tyrants? You might call them police. They kidnap you. They put you in torture cuffs. They kidnap you, put you in the back of a damn police car because they want to put you in a cage called jail. But somehow you're handcuffed and you manage to get the fuck out of the cop car. I mean, what do they call that? Contortionist? Let's take a look. How is this even possible? She's not using her arms. She's slithering out. But what the hell? What's she gonna do? Fall on her head? Where's the cop?
Don't tell him nothing. Don't say shit.
What's she doing? She's gonna fall on her head.
Fucking God, this is live.
She's gonna fall on her head, this dumbass.
They don't
Oh,
even
a
see.
leg? She gets a
They
leg
don't even
out.
see. They gonna kill her. They gonna beat.
What the fuck?
Look. Y'all seen it live. This is live. Oh my.
But she's still handcuffed. She's gonna get caught. Where's the fucking retarded cop?
They didn't see this,
You
bro.
left the window down. There's no bars on the windows. No bars on the windows. You left the window halfway down. You
Oh, my.
dumbass. Dumb assholes all around. Good. I'm glad she escaped from the tyrant. I have been seeing a lot of videos on YouTube, a lot of videos that people are making. And these channels are picking up on them and putting like a bunch of these videos together to make one big video of things like, oh, servers saying that, well, if you can't tip your server, don't go out to eat. Which, part of me agree. I agree with that. I mean, tipping is part of it. If you get good service, you should tip. And if you can't afford to add the tip, then you shouldn't go out to that full-serve restaurant. With that said, they're saying you need to fucking, like, mega tip them. In other words, if your bill's $95.80, you don't just tip them 10%, which I think 15% is good enough. 20%'s stretching it, but anything above that, you're out of your mind. But these bitches, increasingly, servers, these arrogant servers are saying it's not good enough to move the decimal one over, for a tip, $9.58, which would be 10% of the $95.80 bill. They're saying then take that 10%, $9.58, and times it by 4, and the tip should be $38.32. That's insane. That's stupid. That's retarded. You ain't getting fucking 40%, bitches. The only way you're ever going to get something like that is if you deal with a rich person where money's no object, and they like to. Sometimes I've heard stories. The waitress was poor and having a hard time and trying to raise their kids, and somehow this well-to-do person happens to be in her section, and the well-to-do person is getting good service and felt extra generous and would leave like $100 tip or $1,000 tip or something crazy like that, but. By and large, you're getting 15%, maybe 20%, could get 10%. And if you suck, you get nothing. I remember one time in Pigeon Forge, this is like 30-something years ago. I was married at the time, and the waitress sucked. She just sucked. And she kept wanting to sit down with us and talk to us and stuff and sit down, and I thought that was strange. I thought it was unprofessional. I left her a penny for her thoughts. It damn sure wasn't a service. But you ain't getting 40%, all right? Any friggin' server out there that actually demands 40% in this day and age, with the way everything's costs out the wazoo, is a friggin' lunatic. So I just want to share that with you. What do you guys got to say about that? You gonna get 40%? They're demanding it. This is a thing on X. This is a thing going around. This is not the first time I've heard any of this. I've heard servers say if you cannot afford a tip. And what they mean by that is really tip. Like 40%. That's what they mean by that. They don't mean 15%. They're saying if you can't tip 40%, you don't belong going out eating. Okay, mofos. Well, as high prices as these restaurants are, I ain't going to go out eating. All right? All right, dumbasses? You got a lot of nerve, damn, saying we should tip 40%. Friggin' pieces of crap, you. You don't like what you're making? Get another job. Even though they're saying jobs won't be available, there'll be 0 jobs in the next couple of weeks because of all the shit going down in this world, including this Iran nonsense and, of course, the Great Reset. People owe nothing. You'll get your universal paychecks and you'll be happy if you're allowed to live. But let's see what's next in a quick glance at the headlines. My neck of the woods. It is in Georgia, in my neck of the woods. It is $3.79 a gallon. Now these are Beijing Biden prices. We were paying this under Beijing Biden. Well, about $3.15. You know, it got high. It got up to the $4 range under Biden. But this is not how it's supposed to be under Trump. I know what you guys say. Jews selected and all this stuff. I got it. I get it. With that said, it's as of yesterday, according to Epic, U.S. gas price hits $4 a gallon amid Iran war, and in California, it's $6 a gallon. So what does it look like in your neck of the woods? What does it look like in Australia and the UK? How much you guys paying? As a matter of fact, I want some of you guys out there in other countries, if you're in the UK, if you're in Europe somewhere, if you're in Australia, I would like you to do me a solid. If you got a channel, make a video of I want to see what your grocery stores look like. I want to see what your shelves look like. I want a visual. What does a grocery store look like? A grog store in Down Under in Australia. What do the prices look like? And if you show me an Australian price, how does that convert to dollars if you're in the United States price? What does a pound of ground beef cost? What does a pound of steak cost? What are your gas prices? What are your gas prices? Curious. Okay. We'd like to know what's going on in other parts of the country. I wish I could get into details about this. The old light bulb that still pulls its weight. That's right, the old light bulb. I really hate these damn LED lights, these light-emitting diodes. I can't stand them. Let me try to read this. I feel like I'm getting more bleed as time goes on. Probably from this damn fucking computer screen. So I wear this blue light blocking glasses over my reading glasses, my $1.25 plus tree reading glasses, just to try to be able to read the screen. And plus, when years ago, I would just have to enlarge the screen, and that's all I would need to do. But now I have to enlarge it and wear this. It's ridiculous. I can't read labels up close or anything like that. So a familiar light in a working kitchen. If you've ever stood in a farmhouse kitchen at first light, coffee warming, skillet heating, the day just beginning, you already know the feeling. The soft amber glow doesn't just light the room from that light bulb, that old light bulb. It settles you. It steadies things. And interestingly enough, that same kind of light still hangs in barns, workshops, and sheds across the country. It's the old incandescent bulb. Unlike the sharp, almost sterile brightness of modern LEDs, these bulbs give off a wide natural spectrum of light closer to the sunlight than most people realize. Inside, a thin filament heats up and glows, almost like a tiny piece of the sun tucked into the glass. And along with that glow comes something you can actually feel: warmth. Didn't Obama is the bitch that fucking phased out regular light bulbs, right? Incandescent, and introduced LED lights. I cannot stand LED lights. I can't stand these weaponized headlights. They're LED lights that are, the dim version of them is bright as fuck. The high beams are astronomically high. I don't see how, if I have old school headlights, right? And if I were to drive past a cop, say, with my high beams on, well, they could turn around and go, woo! What do you got the high beams on? You're supposed to lower your beams as I'm passing you, as we're crossing paths, right? But for some strange reason, these LED lights, their low beams, are brighter than my high beams, but everything's okay. They never get pulled over. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Talk about blinded by the light. And these LED lights do just that. They're blinding. This is done on purpose, all right? These LED lights also, I covered this years ago. I've seen other people cover it. They, what was it? They can, what do they call it? Li-Fi? If I remember correctly, I think so. The LED lights can act as like, they could see where you're at somehow. Connects with the internet. I'll have to go over that again. It's been like 5 years. and what was it? They could download in data and upload data. Something weird like that with these LED lights. It's more than just a fucking light bulb that supposedly saves energy. But I'll never forget getting a friggin' LED light and having to change it, the dining room light bulbs in the ceiling fan. No, it was the living room in the ceiling fan. And the nice warm glow was gone. It had this, like that I just mentioned, sterile, just shitty look. It looked like, kind of reminded me of the fluorescent lights, like you would see in some like horror movie. The fluorescent light in like a Texas Chainsaw, you know, it's going on and off, or maybe a Bates Motel or something. I mean, it gives you a creepy, cold, sterile feel. These LED lights, I can't stand them. I hate them. But they know what they're doing. You know, they know that those incandescent light bulbs were good for us as opposed to LED lights. They know that. Just like they got rid of. Remember, they got rid of church bells. Church bells supposed to be good for us. Somehow the sound waves are supposed to be good for us. But anyway, whatever is good for us, they get rid of. They destroy. And then they introduce their version of it, right? In other words, beef is good from a cow, but they got to taint it with quaxines, and then they just don't want to have cows. They want you to have lab meat, right? Their version of God's creation, lab meat. You'll eat the bugs, weird shit like that. Let me go over this real quick. This is important. Switch back to the warm glow of an old school incandescent light bulb. Let its soothing infrared ribbons melt away the day's stress and invite a deeper, star-filled rest. Your mitochondria and your sleep will thank you. Wow, your health will thank you, in other words. You'll sleep better. Your mitochondria will be better. So I just want to share that with you. Just a friendly reminder that you need to go to that. You need to go back to I gotta share this with you. Researchers experimenting with LED-only environments found that spaces lit exclusively by these lights were almost completely void of infrared, basically invisible in that spectrum. These lights were almost completely void of infrared, basically invisible in that spectrum. But when an incandescent light bulb was added back into the mix in this experiment, in other words, they had LED lights and it was shitty, just real shitty. But then when they said, okay, well, let me add the incandescent light bulb to this experiment, something changed. The human eye, especially the retina, which is packed with energy-producing mitochondria, responded noticeably. When that incandescent bulb was put in this experiment, take the LED out, put the incandescent in, let's see what happens to the retina, let's see what happens to mitochondria. Oh, everything's upticking, everything's getting better with the incandescent light bulb. Color perception improved, energy activity ticked upward. Quietly but measurably, things improved with the incandescent light bulb as opposed to LED. Now, question, where can we get these LED light bulbs? And this goes on and on. I could go get into this more. Just look at that scene as opposed to look at where I'm at. I think I still have, that's an incandescent light bulb. That's damn sure what I'm using is not an LED light bulb. But look at this scene right here. You know, it's at night, you're in your cottage. I mean, this is almost something out of a dream, right? It's perfect. You get to sit in your chair, you got your cup of coffee or your tea right there, right? Nice little scene, in, the stars out the window. I mean, I love this scene right here. It's the most cozy, comforting scene, but this is what also adds the icing on the cake. That right there, the warm glow from the incandescent light bulb, which is like a mini sun. Not sun simulator, sun. Now, you know how soothing this looks? Hold on your hats, because it's about to get gruesome. So caution. If prone to get the heebie-jeebies out of, say, human meat, or human feet being served up, might want to skip this part. If not, let's take a look. I don't know if it tastes like chicken or beef. Might have to turn a blind eye. How many years have they said, have you heard? Oh, that's cat that they're serving, that chicken. Oh, that beef is actually a dog ribs. It's not actually beef ribs. I'm like, really? Okay. Well, can you pass me some more cat, please? It's just delicious. I love Chinese food. Now, if it's actually beef, I don't know. I mean, McDonald's, I haven't had much of it in the last, when I first decided to eat cleaner in 2017 and drop weight, which I have put some back on lately. But I initially lost 70 pounds. I gave up a lot of things like fast food. And so, roll forward years later, I came across that video of that Jewish rabbi actually saying that McDonald's, and it's not, it can't just be McDonald's. It has to be the fast food industry if they're going to make this claim. I don't think it's just McDonald's. But the rabbi was saying McDonald's is serving people, humans. That's where all these trafficking, missing people go, and kids and stuff like that actually wind up in a boyga. Now, knowing that, I have gone back to McDonald's and had a burger in recent year or two, knowing that, because I guess part of me still has suspended, suspended disbelief or suspended belief, one or the other. I'm like, no, part of me is like, nah, this can't be true. Is it? I don't know. It tastes good. I don't know. I'm short-circuiting here. Who knows? Maybe Lou Ferrigno knows. Maybe it is Soylent Green. But here we are. A Chinese restaurant is accused of serving human feet. I don't know why it's just feet. To diners in Italy. After gruesome image of rotting flesh is posted online by a waiter. A Chinese restaurant, of course they're not naming it, has been accused of serving human feet after a waiter posted a gruesome picture allegedly taken in his kitchen on social media. I don't know. I'm going to show you a video, though, that's disgusting, and it's up for you to decide. They're not naming the restaurant. Who's the waiter? Not going to name the waiter. If this was true, posted on social media, wouldn't TikTok pick it up? Because, of course, TikTok's going to make everything go viral like that, right? No? It was suppressed? I don't know. And yeah, Franny, I forgot about the part that Americans took over TikTok. But still, why is everything that goes viral or revealing this, revealing that, why is it all coming from TikTok, including the stupid trends? Why are we not getting any revealing videos of Instagram going viral about not landing on the moon or this, that, and the other, or just original content creators on YouTube or Facebook? It's always TikTok. All the videos I show you have gone viral, showing this, flat Earth, Antarctica. TikTok has that stupid melody logo, whatever that shit is, music logo. Why is it always TikTok is the question? It's crazy. It's crazy. So here's the story. And they're sticking to it. I don't know why it's just feet. The grim picture shows what looks like two severed and partially decomposed human feet in a blue bowl. Wouldn't this have gone viral, or you think they're suppressing it? I mean, they're saying this waiter took a picture of it. Why don't you take a video too, and post it on social media? I mean, wouldn't this be like all over the news, or do they suppress it? Do you believe this could be happening? This picture surfaced after a person dining from Slovenia, went with friends to a restaurant in Padua, in northern Italy, and asked for the Chinese delicacy of bear paws. I didn't know in northern Italy they have Chinese restaurants that serve bear paws. Is that right? That doesn't look like a bear paw to me. So you have this person, a diner, not going to a diner, a person, from Slovenia, with their friends, go to a restaurant in Padua, a Chinese restaurant in northern Italy, and ask for the Chinese delicacy of bear paws. All right, it's crazy. Reminds me of that. You want hot dog? I give you hot dog. Meanwhile, it's actually a dog, a Chinese cooked a dog and is serving it up. American goes to a restaurant in China and wants a hot dog, and The waiter goes, "You want hot dog? I give you hot dog." And the Americans go, "Oh, I can't wait for my hot dog. It's delicious." He gets some mustard, and then it brings out a platter with a dog on it. That's something China would do. The waiter, who was not named in reports, claims in his picture of human feet were the bear paws, put that in quotes, that were later served to the Slovenian and his friends. After seeing the disturbing picture on social media, a regular Italian customer reported it to the authorities. Police and food standard officials inspected the restaurant and found 55 pounds of meat and frozen fish of doubtful origin. They also found dirt and grease all over the refrigerators, on the floors, and on the oven, reports said. Packages of frog legs and crab meat were reportedly found to be well beyond their expiration dates. Police have consulted a forensic pathologist about the feet picture, who said they appeared human, and say they are still investigating the image's origin. I don't know, but maybe they say a picture worth 1,000 words. Maybe this video will be 1,000,000. That they keep fucking with me in my accounts to the point that I'm gonna stop messing with them as far as uploading my videos to them. But this is another TikTok video showing the world the supposed truth of what's, yet again, another example. There's no Instagram logo there. There's no Facebook logo there. It's not a YouTube video, original YouTube video. It's no other platform that's showing us. It's always TikTok. Always TikTok. Strange. This is very strange. But with that said, this is a Chinese restaurant. This is a Rumble short showing a TikTok video showing what appears to be one side of a person. It's not the entire leg, obviously, because our legs aren't flat. Our bodies aren't flat like that. But could this be a Chinese restaurant literally serving human food, human meat, just carving it off the bone? Let's take a look.
The chances of you seeing this video are so rare. There's 500 million users on TikTok,
we look that good when we're cooked. We look that good when we're cooked. I'm glitching again. Shit. Is it smoked? Seasoned to perfection? No, that's wrong. That's wrong.
The chances of you seeing this video are so rare.
Oh my god.
There's 500 million users on TikTok, and you will probably never see my account again. But I'm not gonna ask you to follow me. I'm not.
I mean, is that it? So what do you think? What do you think? Is that fake? Is it real?
The chances of you seeing this video are so rare. There's 500 million users on TikTok, and you will probably never see my account again. But I'm not gonna ask you to follow me. I'm not.
It's funny, there's more users on Facebook, more users on Instagram, and even YouTube, but for some strange reason, TikTok's pumping out all the
chances of you seeing this video
groundbreaking
are so rare.
videos.
There's 500 million users on TikTok, and you will probably never see my account again. But I'm not gonna.
How could you fake that? This looks real, but my point is, my ribs are in the front, my ribs go on the side, my ribs are in the back, obviously, right? My leg's not flat. The leg looks flat. So how would you explain this? Are they taking the human body and just, chopping up? Here's the front, serve that. I mean, the middle. I mean, how does that even work? How is this not an actual human person with a big rib cage and all that? It's flat. But I don't know. I'm not into this shit like this. I'm not an expert on this. What do you think? Is this real? It looks real. Could it be AI? Next fast read headline. Fast read headline, which is not really fast anymore. I'm getting bogged down. Are scrimp? You know scrimp? Shrimp. Are the cockroaches and shrimp related? You eat the bugs. I've noticed over the years that the fish sections in grocery stores, the seafood sections in grocery stores, used to have a variety of fish. And shrimp also would be included in there, but a variety of fish. But over the years, especially since the scamdemic, I've seen the amount of fish and the amount of the variety of fish in the seafood section at grok stores shrink, and I see the amount of shrimp taking its place grow. In other words, if I'm looking at a seafood section, the freezer, right? I'm like, wow, it used to be all this fish, and yeah, there's shrimp over there, but all this fish that, oh, you got that, you got that, you got that, you got flounder, you got pollock, tilapia, I don't think it's any good. It's farm raised, but all these varieties of fish, right? This is years past with a section for shrimp. Now I've seen just shrink to just a select few varieties of fish, and a lot of it is shrimp, just filled in with shrimp. Which I used to be a big shrimp fan. I'll still eat it, but don't overrun me with shrimp. I still want to get my variety of fish. With that said, is scrump, as the brothers would say, scrump. Here in the South, they say scrump. Give me some scrump. Is it related to the big fat cockroach? The idea of a big fat cockroach topping off your fancy shrimp cocktail probably will gross you out. And it should. Creepy crawly cockroaches anywhere near our food is definitely a big no-no. But you might be surprised to learn how closely related shrimp and cockroaches are. All plants and animals are organized by scientists into separate groups based on the things they have in common. An easy example is how tigers and lions are very closely related, while cheetahs are basically cousins of them both. Your house cat, Fluffy, is related to all three, but more closely to a cheetah than a lion. They all eat meat, are mammals, and have quick reflexes and sharp teeth. What about cockroaches? Do they have anything in common with shrimp? As a matter of fact, they do, and this is why it's so important to understand how scientists group things. Cockroaches are insects, and shrimp are crustaceans, and while they both belong to their own groups, insects and crustaceans, they also share the same characteristics that group them together. What are those similar characteristics that shrimp and cockroaches share? Both insects and crustaceans have tree body parts, or tree part bodies, made up of a head, thorax, and abdomen. Both have jointed legs, and both have exoskeletons. An exoskeleton means that their bodies or their bones are on the outside instead of the inside like ours. If you've ever eaten steamed shrimp, you probably know that they have a hard shell you have to take off first. Fook, I eat the damn shell. It's cooked, I'm eating it. This is the shrimp's exoskeleton, and insects such as cockroaches have them too. Creatures that share these characteristics belong to a group called arthropods, which also include animals like spiders and centipedes. Scientists have found that insects and crustaceans have a particularly close evolutionary relationship. So close that they belong to a group all their own called Pancrustacea. So you got, they're different in some ways, but they're very similar in a lot of ways, and they belong to their own group called Pancrustacea, the cockroach and the shrimp. Well, they're water bugs. We have our land bugs or insects on the land. Then you have your insects or bugs in the water. The only thing is we're eating the bugs in the water. I even thought I could swear that the shrimp was actually larvae. They eat bugs in a lot of countries. I found out that even in Mexico they eat insects. But in Thailand they eat cockroaches, and some other Asian countries they do eat these. They call them a delicacy over there. But the ones here, especially in the United States, are dirty and sometimes carry disease. So even though there's a close relationship between the shrimp and cockroach, a shrimp is definitely not a cockroach. And though Pancrustacea might sound tasty to you, you want to be very choosy about the kind of arthropod you eat. In a nutshell, you don't eat fucking this, okay? Now, it's late. I've had an extremely busy day. So what I want to do is I want to, watch this with you. As a matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do? I think I'm going to leave it right there. I'm just going to show you this. Hold on just a second. I'm going to show you this. Alright, True Channel. I'm gonna start getting into your videos and stuff. I might do a whole video just showing your videos. True Channel. Right now I can't. I'm stretched way too thin. But send it to me, and I'll definitely get to it as soon as possible. I wanted to show you this. All right, this is a meme, I guess. See if it comes in. Press the pause button. Yeah, the Strait of Hormuz to remain closed. No matter if we, who knows if they're showing us anything real? Could be all AI bullshit, but like I said, perception is reality. So the story goes that even if we pull out of Iran, relatively now, the next week or so, whatever, the damage has been done, the story goes. The Strait of Hormuz is to remain closed. The Great Reset's here. That's what it feels like. Coming in a few weeks, massive layoffs. And I'm seeing this on videos on YouTube. Epic Economist, he's doing it. He talks funny, the guy. Epic Economist. The job market is really horrible now. These are some videos of people showing you just how dire the economy is. I mean, he talks like that old-timey like shit, which is annoying. But anyway, he shows people talking about this stuff, job layoffs, massive job layoffs. People are talking about, people in the know, different industries. So I found this, and I just want to share this with you. Coming in a few weeks, mass layoffs, no jobs, zero jobs. As a matter of fact, the jobs that are available, or they say are available, are actually fake jobs. It's just to give the illusion. You go apply for it, and you don't get hired. You don't get a call back, or you know, you don't get an interview, and if you do get an interview, you don't get. No one gets called back for the job because it's bullshit. It's all bullshit. So, and this has been this way for the longest time. It just continues to be this way. It's been this way under Biden, especially, but it continues to be this way. I guess because we're headed. This is the Great Reset, Agenda 2030. No jobs. You know nothing. They'll rob us blind, pricing us out of existence, collapse the economy. What else? Strait of Hormuz closed. And universal income, you know, communism, and they're saying get your food. There's gonna be food shortages because of this bullshit. Get your food shortages because of this bullshit. No fertilizers. Get your food. Get stocked up. Get your meds. And again, if that doesn't pan out that way, big thumbs up. You're ahead of the curve. I've been saying this for years, but if it does go this way of the Great Reset, and it's accelerating because that's what it appears to be doing, then you should be ahead of the game, ahead of the curve. You should be doing okay. Stock up, whatever you think you need, and pray up. Hopefully it's time to go up because I'm sick of this clown world. I really am. But still, the beat goes on. Coming in a few weeks. Doesn't matter if the so-called war ends or not. Strait of Hormuz is going to remain to be closed. And I think the world's largest big pharma company, which happens to be located in Israel, was bombed. So yeah, your big pharma meds might be in shortage, which I don't know if that's a bad thing, but whatever. That's what I got for you tonight. Don't be a troll. I'll see you in the next video. Be a weirdo out there. Don't be a troll. If you see a troll, say something. Stuff that ain't truth pipe and smoke it. Make way, because the current must flow if you listen to this. You are the resistance.
Sweet dreams.